Hello and what's up, everybody? I hope everyone's having a good day and also is trying to stay safe out there, especially in these conditions and hard times that we're having. But in this video, I'm not trying to be a downer, but I would like to talk about honestly this one messed up, pressing, like real screwed up anime tweet that everyone's been looking at lately that just came up this past weekend, which is honestly not understandable in a good way, but it's kind of understandable to see why there is a racist tweet that's kind of messed up out there because it's just so honestly, let me start from where this racist tweet came from. I don't know who made the racist messed up racist tweet altogether. But I will say honestly, the whole center and the source of how it was made was based on the fact of this one Pokemon short slash special or episode about in Pokemon Sword and Shield, the Galar region, Nessa, the water type gym leader, which is a sister, a beautiful chocolate sister altogether in her own right. Even though she is fictional, she is still admittedly a bad chick and she's a bad sister. And the only reason why I give her praise for that, whether it be design, animation, etc., is because of the fact of, well, for one, when it comes to the blur culture, and especially like blurred anime culture altogether, it's hard for us to have anime out here that has animation that portrays black characters correctly and look correctly as well too. I mean, admittedly, yes, times have arguably changed and became more progressive, but it's like, come on, man. Like in the past, it's always been messed up animations, various ways. But aside from that, I'm just going to talk about the racist tweet. The racist tweet, honestly, just said this statement saying that I wish that I was a plantation owner or something like that in the 1800s so I can make this woman my own. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Whoever this individual made this, because it's it's really screwy and messed up because I'm like, no, hell no. You don't say that, especially when it comes to something like this. Especially, man, even dare say if I had to put more emphasis on the matter when it comes to my thoughts on this. You don't only say that because it's wrong to say it all together because it's racist. You know, on top of that, it goes kind of against black culture altogether. The only reason why I say it kind of goes against it is because it's not a good icona, but it's a bad icona because all right, take it take it like this for a good example when it comes to compare and contrast. Y'all remember whoever watches this video or give or whatever, I'm gonna just say this. Take this for a good example. Honestly, think of the time when Kanye West went on TMZ and started that stupid argument about plantations and honestly racism to even prejudice and all the negative oppression that comes with slavery was a choice. This meme, I would arguably say, is just as bad as that, arguably, because it's yeah, it's only 1%, maybe literally just 1%, perhaps can see that it's like a flirt, but at the same time, it's just a messed up flirt. It's a real fucked up flirt. I'm like, come on now, no. Out of there's like a thousand, just like how I can spin it off and say that there's like thousands of Pokemon that are out there that has been animated in the Pokemon series. There's thousands and millions of ways that you can make a flirt that doesn't have to be racist or have to be circulated in racism or some type of oppression, especially when it comes to anime community as a whole. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the anime community, but it kind of goes hand in hand with what I was saying before about like honestly black character. There are black characters in anime, but it's a rough it's just a rough up and down slippery slope when it comes to animation for black characters. I mean, if I had to start from whether it be anime or whether it be cartoons itself or animation, for one thing, where do I even begin? There's honestly, aside from like physical metamorphosis in the sense to where it's like some cartoons back black cartoons or some cartoons back in the day like Looney Tunes or like other rubber hose based cartoons, they enlarge black like characters and black like animations to be abnormal in a sense. Like some animations can have like some like black characters have enlarged hands or aside from just enlarged like body parts or limbs altogether, there's also the fact of how they're animated in most old cartoons that are aged, which we're very woke, especially as a black community, we are very woke about this. But it's just when it comes to like this type of topic in a way about black animation and black cartoons or pure animation, aside from enlarged like lips and enlarged like body parts and limbs, is also the fact of they shade in our pigmentation to the darkest degree. I mean, like even way more dark than just chocolate altogether. It is like just pure black. And I'm like, come on, man. No. And I had my fair share of times where I've been in like racist based like history classes to where they talk about racism and where the source of racism come from. And I'm like, nah, this is truly fucked up. Like, come on, man. No. Don't do all this. And lastly, honestly, if I had to bring in more into the situation, it's just the fact of again, if I had to bring in more into the situation, it's just think about it like this as well too. Aside from black animation, whether it be pure black cartoons or either like pure cartoons to where you bring up like certain animes like pre-time skip Dragon Ball, because pre-time skip Dragon Ball before we had like a character like Oob or even like may even dare say the Indians like in the whole anime of Dragon Ball itself. Most black characters in Dragon Ball had like round like enlarged lips like most, or either hmm, it's just most black characters were animated like that. There's even one, if y'all don't believe me, there's even one character that was like a villain, which may even dare say if I had to put more emphasis on this when it comes to negative like presentation representation or presentation of black characters, whether animated or not. There's also the fact of you have like one like agent who worked for that old military army, the Red Ribbon Army, and the way dude was animated, his pigmentation of his skin was dark as hell. And then on top of that, he had like rounded, enlarged lips as usual. And I'm like, no, this is not good representation. And to this day, whether it be like Black History Month in February or anything else is always messed up raw representation when looking back at that in history. I mean, yes, there is progression that again, but it's like no. Now, when I bring up progression or keep on bringing up progression, that's another topic that I have to point out as well too in this video. It's just in Pokemon, I will say this admittedly. Now, yes, most likely there are like a lot of trainers or a lot of like heavyweights in the Pokemon verse that may have like more black leaders than the ones that I would reference, like Iris from one region. I think it was the Kalos most likely. No, it wasn't Kalos. It was Unova. Iris was Unova region, and then there's Brock from the Kanto region, which both are known most likely as like black representations for black troops, especially for Brock. Brock, 100%. There's no question to ask there. He was an old OG. Even though he was a rock type gym leader, he was an old OG. He even raised his little sisters and brother. He's actually MVP of being older brother material slash like dad, somewhat like future daddy material because technically he raised all of his little sisters and brothers before he got up and left with Ash and Misty to go on some type of quest back when it was Kanto and Johto regions and other regions and etc. before they retcon him back in Alola region just to see what's up with Ash in one episode in Pokemon Sun and Moon. But aside from all that, when it comes to like honestly more progression and just point out the importance of always keeping the uplifting like name of progression and just creating more like positivity when it comes to this. It's just the fact that honestly, you just don't you just don't push for progression and you just don't take just basically just take it back by saying something fucked up like that. I mean, yes, admittedly, yeah, it is social media. Yeah, you have people that have biased like opinions or just biased statements that they're going to say. You can't control it. But at the same time, it's just come on, people. No. There's just some things you can and cannot say, especially with stuff like this. Then on top of that, when it comes to like Nessa as animation, like I said, even before in the video, she's actually a like epitome of representation of what black characters should be. I mean, she's not only a water type gym leader that's stylish and actually was a like someone who honestly was into fashion and was a fashion model. Nah, Hunty, she goes even further when it comes to like animation itself. When it comes to her being her element, like when you watch the episode or the special for Nessa becoming a Pokemon gym leader, assumingly. Why I say assumingly is because well, it's not English dub yet. Everything is like raw. Everything is like not in subtitle or anything. It's just raw in Japanese, so you can't read nothing. You can't understand it from English dub. You can't understand nothing. So honestly, when you see the representation and her going into the water, like honestly, she's swimming for her old like Pokemon friend that evolved into a Milotic, which by the way is from the Hoenn region. She looked like not only the Little Mermaid, she not only looked like one of the twin sisters that's going to be like the Little Mermaid from the live action pretty soon for Disney, but she honestly flexed her element of being a water gym leader to the point where she was like the black representation of Little Mermaid. She may be like a human per se, like like pessimistically in the sense or just realistically, but when she like swam in that water and dived in for her old like homie, and then on top of that just swam and rode on like the Milo tape, just like how Ash rolled on like his lappers back in day back in Kanto region. It was it was divine and astounding and luxurious the way she was flexing, especially when she actually had an epiphany that she doesn't always want to be like a fashion model or a fashion model as a side gig. No, she wants to be a gym leader 24/7. And that's why I say, like, assumingly, that's when you learn that that's how she became full time gym leader. And why I say most people have to respect that, not only as a gym, her being like animated as a gym leader, being strong and beautiful, but also a strong gym leader that's black, chocolate, and strong and beautiful as well too. Because honestly, there's just not that many representations of like black and anime characters that are done right 100%. She's one of the few that have been confirmed, aside from other characters that have been confirmed right. Bea as a fighting gym leader in the Galar region as well too is another example, but this video is not about her. This is more about Nessa and why I strongly say that nah, like some people just need to sit down and shut up for what messed up statements that they got had to say. But that's the conclusion of my video. Please leave a like if you like it, and please sub if you enjoy this or my other videos. Thank you and bye.